Yeah, I'm coming on live, of course, unannounced. And we will wait for people to come into the live. So far, there's one person. I think it's Sway. Because he knew I was coming on live. But yeah, I see one person, or maybe it's me. I don't know. Um, Let me know if the lighting's okay. Because I know it's kind of dark. I can adjust it if need be. I feel like I feel like I'm on top of you guys. Oh, you know what? I should have gotten my iPhone and announced that I was here. Hi! I'm backing you guys up just a little bit. Hi, Mr. Chungus. Alright, we are gonna do, I can't even see. I'm gonna put on my glasses. Alright, so we're gonna do story time, and I'm gonna eat my dinner. My husband went to go get me some Subway. I'm gonna do a vegetarian. Hi! I know I'm coming on late. Hold on, you guys. Sorry, I'm adjusting you guys. Alright, did you guys be able to see me eat like that? Alright. Getting a little comfortable, trying to get this right. Good evening, good evening. Like I said, my husband went to go get me something to eat. Because I have not eaten dinner or lunch. So I'm gonna get Subway. Thank you. I'm all comfy. Look, got my Hello Kitty. There's the hubby. Hi. Hi, babe. You know, let me get a pillow, you guys. Let me get a pillow to support my back so I'm not so uncomfortable. Right back. Thank you, babe. All right. Let me get my pillow. Okay. Sorry. I did not want buffet back, as you guys know about Crystal and her buffet bag. Hi. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good afternoon. All right. I'm trying to get you guys situated. All right. So story time. I have two stories. Well, one. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Subway. And here comes Fancy. We got baked chips. And we've got a vegetarian. I have not eaten. Yeah, you guys hit the thumbs up. We're only like, I know I'm on late. Am I like right in your faces? So I could. Hi, Rhonda. Oh yeah, there's Fancy. She's always mesmerized by what's going on over here. It is Subway time. It is Subway time. Excuse me. All right. So story time. All right, we have two stories. So I don't know which one I want to tell first. Okay, so a lot of women I noticed in the comment section could relate to like friends and like things going awry. So I think we'll stick with that. So before I went to let me see, I love the veggie. I love it too. I get it on flatbread and it's delish. It is absolutely delicious. So please don't think I'm dumb. Cannot find the thumbs up. It's okay. I mean, if you guys can just slam a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. We're up to 86, which isn't bad seeing as I just came on. Can you guys see okay? Is everything situated okay? Because like, is it okay? All right. I'm assuming everything's okay, right? Yes? Yes, okay. So as a lot of women could relate to that, I thought we would stick maybe with that. Thank you. Okay, so like I was saying, when it's to check is everything is clear. These are good. I haven't had fried sandwich yet, but okay. So, all right. So before I decided I wanted to be in LVN, my mom said, "Hey, why don't you go and take a class, CNA class, and see if you like working with patients," which is a good idea, right? So hi. So I did that, right? New York in the house. All right. Hi, New York. All right. So I did that, and it was good, solid advice, you know. So I did that, and I met a friend in CNA class, right? So everything started out great. Everything was like cool. And you guys, the chat just stalled. Okay, there we go. We have 113 in the house and we have 36 thumbs up. So let's get these thumbs up going, you guys. All right, so anyways, we became friends. It was all good. Oh, thank you, Gloria. And you know, we became friends out of the classroom. And you know, I'm pretty like I'm really accepting of people, you know, like I mean, I understand like you know, hey, people go through stuff. Life is life. Life is life, right? So it is what it is, right? And um so this, again, this is kind of like one of those relationships where you feel like you're kind of doing all the giving, but then the person will like do something really nice, and then you're like, oh no, they're my friend, you know? And she was one of these chicks that always had to have a man, like always had to have a man. Like she just was not solid on her own feet, you know, like always had to have a man. Hi. And you know, like I just accepted that because we were friends. Even if I didn't like her boyfriend at the time or I didn't agree, you know, it's her life, you know, she's a grown woman, you know? So anyways, so when I told her that, you know, I was gonna go to nursing school, she really wasn't like that happy for me, you know, and I didn't understand why, because she didn't want to pursue nursing. You know, she was a great CNA, and I told her, because her and I worked together. I said, you know, you're a great CNA, you have a great personality to work like with patients. I think you should try and do, you know, go to LVM school with me. But you know, she didn't want to, so that's fine, you know, okay. So anyways, so I go to school and like we're not really seeing each other or even like really talking, right? And it was just really odd. Like she would call me and, you know, it was always the same issues, you know, like her boyfriends but she always chose the same kind of guy. You know, she always chose the same kind of guy, like that didn't have a car, didn't have a job. And like in less than a week after she'd be dating him, he would be dropping her off at her job in her car. You know, so it was like always like the same script, different characters. And I always wanted like the best for her, you know, but I can't choose her men. Okay, so my husband and I meet. Fast forward, we're like in barely our first year of marriage, and it was my birthday. Hi, Caroline, and it was my birthday, and her eldest daughter had just graduated from high school. She had her children young. And she invited me, and I told my husband I really want to go. Hi, David. And I really wanted to go. So we went. Oh, okay, wait, let me back up. When I told her I was married, it was like basically dead silence on the phone. You know, like I mean, I had to almost say like, "Are you there?" You know what I mean? Like like dead silence on the phone, right? And basically, like the gist of it was I was like her friend that made her feel better about her life. You know, like if Crystal's single and doesn't have anyone, like at least I'm better off than her. You know what I mean? So like I was like the friend that came into play when she was like in between boyfriends and needed like a constant companion. Or if her new man that she was seeing was like, hey, bring like a cute friend and like, you know, bring some of your cute friends and like, let's, you know, go to a club and I'll bring like some of my friends. Then I would come into play. But as soon as I got married, it was like, you know, and I even invited her, you know, I said, why don't you come and see us? You know, like we're in Orange County, we're not that far, you know, we could even meet for, you know, at a restaurant. You know, I wanted her to meet my husband. And hi, Kristen, you know, and so, but that never happened. So when she invited me to her daughter's graduation on my birthday, okay, I told my husband, let's go. And it's not near us, you know, it's not near us. It's in San Gabriel Valley. So we went all the way out there. And you know, like we really don't know a lot of people. Like I know her mom, and her mom says hi to me, you know, and so forth. And so finally, I said, I told my husband, I'm gonna introduce you to my friend. Like, let's go, right? I know. How dare I get married, right? Thank you, Miss Coco Diva. And so we went up, and mind you, we've been there for like a while, okay? So I go up and I say, you know, so and so, this is my friend and this is my husband, you know? And it was like she didn't even say hello to him. She did not even say hello to him. And I think her man was there. And she didn't even like she did not introduce us to her man. I mean, nothing. She basically turned away and was just like, I don't know. I don't, and that's the last time like I've seen her. That is the last time I've seen her. And I remember like I called her like once and I was like, hi, you know, like how are you? And I remember I told her, I said, you know, and I jokingly said like when I called her to tell her I got married, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, like I never thought I would get married. And she's like, I never thought you would either. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, whoa, you know, like even if you did think that about me, you know, like maybe like hold that little piece back. You know? So that was like, so I mean, that is stuff like, you know, like you just kind of, and that's why I say, like, I give people so many chances, you know what I mean? Because there was always like little things like that, you know, like not being happy for me, like when I went to school and I graduated, and then just like little things. And I always let it go because you always want to believe that people, you know, that you don't want to think that people are not your friends or, you know what I mean? And yeah, so me getting married ended our friendship. We didn't have a real friendship, but you know what I mean? It was just like, I mean, I remember like, I think one time I did drive out and I tried to see her. And it was just weird, you know? And it was just like, I don't think she liked the fact that, like, I don't know, that I was happy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It was very peculiar. When, if, you know, like, I'm not on Facebook, like, personally, like, my personal profile, I'm not on it. Like, the channel has a profile, and I go into groups and I post, like, our pictures. Not a lot anymore. So, I don't have, like, any contact with, like, a lot of old friends that I used to have contact with before, you know? Excuse me. And I just know if I read that she had gotten married, I would say, I would be happy for her. I would be happy for, I was happy for everyone that got married. And it was just so weird, like, to lose a friend because I got married. I mean, I remember on the phone being like, you should come down, you should see, come over. This is before we had the horde and before we had my babies. So, zero interest in me, in saying, never even said hello to my husband. It was the weirdest interaction we've ever had. So bizarre. I agree. Like, it is. That was like just like one of the weirdest things. Like, I would never do. I don't get it. You know. Mm. Mm. Sorry. So that's why, like, I'm just like, I really like, how do you say it? Closed ranks, like, when it comes to, like, friends. Because I've had enough. Like, and I'm too old. Like, I don't even want to, like, you know what I mean? I'm just too old to deal with it. Like, I don't want any of the drama. You know? I don't want it. And, I mean, wherever she's at, I hope she's well. I hope she's happy. I hope she's healthy. I hope, I don't, I hope she's living her best life. Like, I don't have any animosity. It is, it is what it is. Not yet. Not yet. So, stuff like that happens. Oh, thank you. And you live and you learn. And it stinks, but it's life, right? Ooh, Indiana. I love pepperoncinis. And I love Subway. I really, really do. Their veggie sandwich is all that I get. Mm. So I came prepared. No, she was an adult friend. I met her like about 5 years before I met my husband. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Um, all right. So, Pottery Barn is gorgeous. Pottery Barn was awesome. Pottery Barn is somewhere that I was like, inspiration. Um, I hope everyone, honestly, adult. We used to turn this one. Adult. No, we were adults. Like, this happened about, I met this chick in like 2011, and I didn't get married till 2017. So that's a while to know someone. That was a pretty much, a long time. All right, so I have a second story because I came prepared for story time. Thank you. Not an outlet. Kind of a part two, but now we're going to talk about a guy. Okay. So, all right. So I had a roommate, and I was living in my grandmother's house, and she had already passed on. And it was a really nice house, had a pool, everything. So I needed a roommate. Um, it is a Subway vegetarian. So I refurbished the house. I got the pool in working order. I mean, this pool was like from the old, like the OG pool. It was huge. Okay, it was huge. Like most pools, I think it was like 25,000 gallons. So, and that is really big. Because nowadays, like they make like the little kiddie pools. You know what I mean? Like tiny pools. No. And I had a huge yard. I mean, this was my grandmother's home. Okay. So I didn't want to live there alone. So I got a roommate. Okay. And she was cool. And so we decided to go to this club that is like Mexican dancing. That's the best way I can describe it. You know, like the guys wear the hats. They don't all wear the hats, but you know, like it's banda. It's like all that, okay? And had just opened up, and it was like a Wednesday night, and we were like, let's go. So, you know, we were both single, ready to mingle. And at this time, you know, I was chubby. You know, I was from the thicker side of town. I was like about, I want to say like about 186, 190 pounds, you know? And she was like probably my weight now, like just normal, you know? And so we go. And we're sitting there, and you know, and we both noticed this hot guy. You know, he's like 6'4", he's a vaquero, he's got the hat, and he looks good, okay? Hi. So, we're sitting there, and we're like, I think I had ordered like if you ever been to the Mexican clubs, they bring a 6-pack in a bucket, right? So I had like a 6-pack, and she was drinking, I don't know, like an Adios or something. So we're sitting there, and like, you know, we're just talking, whatever. And the hot guy comes, and he leans, and he goes like this, and he looks at me, and he looks at her, okay? And in my head, I'm thinking he's gonna ask her to dance, because like I'm the chubby friend, right? And she even thought it too, because she was already taking off her jacket, getting up, when when he looked at me and asked me if I wanted to dance. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, right? You know? So, yeah, he was like, you know, and she was already, I'm telling you, like, I know she was low key embarrassed, because she was already taking off her, I mean, she was halfway getting up and taking off her jacket. Because she thought for sure he's not going to ask the chubby one, but he did. So, that was me. Anyways, so, like, I was wearing really tall heels, and so I was like 5'9", 5'10". He's 6'4". And we're like dancing, and, you know, like I was surprised. And I thought, like, you know, like after one dance, like he's going to be like, oh, you know, back to your table, you know? No. Instead, he was like, you know, do you want a drink? You know, and he bought me a tequila shot, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing tequila shots. Like, you know, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like, this is this is not a tequila shot kind of night, okay? Yes, let's definitely pray for all the families in Florida. I was just, yes, definitely, and for the Hurricane Helene, all of that, and also something's going on in Wyoming. So, all right. Okay. So anyways, so him and I start dating, okay? Like, dating, okay? Yeah, I mean, a 6 pack of beers is okay, but the tequila shot, I gotta work tomorrow. So we start dating, and like when you get into a new relationship, it's like weird, right? Damn. So it's like weird, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, she was. Oh, she thought for sure. Like, no, this was her dance. Like, this was like, oh no, this was her dance. Like this. He came over for her. So, but no, I mean, he definitely liked his ladies from the thick side of town. Like that was a preference. And as a matter of fact, okay, so now we're talking about that. You guys, this story gets weirder, okay? Not like weirder, well, kind of weird, okay. So we're together, for 5 years, and we would go, like when we would go dancing, we would go to Mexican dancing clubs, right? And again, I was thicker as our relationship went on, okay? Because we were together for like 5 years. So, and at one time I was like at my heaviest when I was with him. So when we would go to the clubs, like the girls would all be checking him out, and they would look at me like, what are you doing with her? You know what I mean? And that was like normal. Like even the chicks that bring the maiceras, the ones like that wear those little outfits, and they come and they bring the alcohol. Even they were like al potreros, yes, like al potrero, al castillo, al rodeo, all those places, right? A mi hacienda, like all that stuff, right? So, um, yeah, so they would be checking him out, right? I mean, like, and be like, you could just feel it, and that was like really uncomfortable, you know what I mean, for me, because it was like we were not like, he wasn't just like, this wasn't like a pity date, this was my boyfriend, like, like we practically almost lived together. He was always at my house, he was always, you know what I mean, it's like, excuse me. So that would happen a lot, at those clubs, and like the girls, like if you like went to the restroom and stuff, like they would all be like, bump into him, or you know what I mean? Like just all the stuff that's like catty, and so forth. Yeah, exactly, and it was just, but yeah, so I mean, like we would be dancing together and we used to have a good time. But, okay, so here's where the but comes in, okay? But he would disappear on me, right? Like, especially on Fridays, okay? So I would be like blowing up his phone, and I'd be like, because we would have like plans, And it wasn't like every Friday, but it'd be like once a month type of deal, And I was like, like I knew, like once he didn't answer, oh, thank you. It's actually pajamas. Like I kind of knew, like once he didn't answer, like something was going on, you know? And and sometimes, like, we wouldn't speak until Saturday. And it was always some stupid excuse. I was asleep. Like, no one's sleeping that hard, okay? No one. Um, no one's sleeping that hard, okay? Nobody. you know, like it'd been 5 years, and like, of course, you know, I was already like, it was getting old, you know, and then also I kind of noticed like through the 5 years, his drinking had increased, and I didn't like that. You know, I was like, I mean, there's a time to drink, and then there's a time to not drink, you know, and it seemed like that line was getting blurred more and more. Yeah, he's asleep. It's like, no, you're not asleep. You know, if you're asleep, you're gonna wake up. Okay, something's gonna wake you up. And he lived in a tiny house with, you know, with his sister, his mom, his dad, his brother. Like no one's gonna be able to sleep like that with all those people in that small house. You're gonna wake up. So fast forward, I'm already checking out. You know, I'm already checking out. You know, like I'm already like in my head, I'm already kind of just, you know what, I need to like get out of this. All right, guys, we have 248 people and we have 112 thumbs up. Come on, you guys. You guys can do, I know you guys can do better than that. Um, so one of these Friday nights had happened again. Yeah. And one of these Friday nights had happened again. And I know it. Okay, wait. I know it pushed me over the edge. Now I'm remembering. I had gone to the doctor because I was sicker than a dog, and it was a Friday. And I mean, when I say sicker than a dog, my doctor wanted to admit me to the hospital, and I said no. I said no, no, no. I said I do not want to go to the hospital. She wanted me to go to the hospital. Okay, I had a temperature like it was bad. Okay, and I said, no, I'll go home and rest, you know, and I'll get liquids. And I had called him and I had told him, you know, I'm really, really sick. Like, I barely speak. And I said, can you please bring me like some type of chicken soup? And he's like, where am I going to get that? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, you know, figure it out, right? You know? Okay. So he said he would. He didn't show up for the whole weekend. The whole weekend. I mean, I couldn't drive the whole weekend. Like, I didn't have anybody get my antibiotics. Like, luckily, like, you know, my uncle went to go get them. But I mean, I could barely crawl to the bathroom. I mean, that's how sick I was. So after that, like, that is pretty much when I was like, you know what? I told him, I mean, on the phone, I mean, I could barely even talk. It was like delirious, okay? So that's where I started checking out. So one Friday night, he had, you know, already pulled his disappearing act, and I was like, I don't even care. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna even call him. I don't even care. Like, I'm so over it. Oh, and another thing too, totally forgot this. This is the main thing. He would accuse me of cheating. I kid you not. Every single day. Multiple times a day. Like if I was with my cousin and he didn't hear her like in the background, he would say, you're lying. He accused me. I mean, you don't even know. Like, if I missed his phone call because I was in the shower, I was cheating. I mean, I was cheating if, you know, I blinked or sneezed the wrong way. You know, it was a secret code to my other man. You know, and heaven forbid, like the gardeners come. I mean, those must have been my boy. I mean, you don't even know. It was crazy. It was like beyond nuts. Okay, he was always accusing me of cheating. Always. So, and I mean, we would have like 3-4 hour long arguments of me trying to convince him I wasn't cheating. Like, when would I have the time if I'm talking to you for 3-4 hours trying to convince you I'm not cheating? Crazy. Exactly. And that's what happened. Because he came to my house Friday night, well, early Saturday morning. drunk. I mean, drunk. And he was in his club clothes. And I was like, oh, you're sleeping in your club clothes? Like, come on. You know, I mean, he came to my house after the club because he didn't get anyone. And, excuse me. And I remember, like, I mean, I'm not stupid. Like, by that time, I was, like, onto him, you know? And like I said, I was already checking out of the relationship. So, I just stuck my hand in his pockets, and I kid you not, I pulled out, like, 5, I can't say what they are, packets of gum. So, we've been together for 5 years. Why is he coming with 5 packets of gum? And you're coming in at 2, 3 a.m. after the club in your club clothes on a Friday night? Yeah. And then he tried to say, you didn't know, like, the stupid stuff I had to listen to. Like, I mean, it's like, okay, you're drunk. You have 5 packs of gum. You're here at 3 a.m. because what? You got rejected. You know, you got too drunk at the club, so no girl wanted to go home with you. So you figure you're gonna roll up to my house. No. Because when I found, I mean, I guess maybe I was a little bit hurt, but I wasn't surprised. I wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like some novella. I started crying. I was like, well, of course this is what's happening. I mean, it's been happening. This isn't, you know, what's happening. This is like just the first time he got really, really drunk and decides to go to my house. And I mean, this is how, I mean, wouldn't you take those out of your pocket though? Unless he wanted me to find out. I don't know. I didn't ask. It was like, I was done, you know? Other hand hey, there you go. Other hand stamped, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, and I mean, I knew he went dancing, because what else is he wearing his boots, you know? Exactly. Not the sharpest tool. Audio, yeah, it was adios. It was totally audio. It was like, I was done. Like, that was just, I mean, to actually, I guess, like, you know, in your head, you can make, you know, you can visualize, you can be like, oh, this is probably happening. But when you actually, like, reach into your man's, you know, trousers, his pockets, and you find that, then it's reality. It's reality. You're like, whoa. You know, like, 5 years with this person, you know, and it had been happening the whole time. The whole time. That's why he would be like MIA on me. So, and then now, like, it makes sense as to why he was always accusing me of cheating. 5 years. 5. Yes. Exactly. Like I said, it's like you live and you learn. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. And now you have the hubsters to put up with. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's just like you really, I mean, you know, you live and you learn. And it's like, honestly, if I would give any advice to any woman under 30, don't put up with crap. Don't put up with it. Don't put up with it. You don't have to. You don't need to. You know, like, I see girls, like, I mean, I see couples that are like under 30 a lot. And oh yeah, everything's good. And I see girls, couples, whatever you want to call them, okay, under 30, a lot while I'm out shopping. And I have seen some things where I just want to walk up there and be like, girl, he's not going to change. And you deserve better. You deserve better. I have wanted to say it many times. As a matter of fact, there was this couple, and they were walking. I was in my car doing a thumbnail, and I looked up, and they were walking to Starbucks, and she was trying to hold his hand, and he didn't want to hold her hand, right? It was obvious, right? And they went in, and so I was like, and then they come back out with their drinks, and oh, okay. Before they went in, he had put his hand in his pocket. She's walking on this side so that he didn't have to hold her hand. Okay, so then they come back walking out and have their drinks. Now she has her drink in this hand to hold his hand. Where does he have his drink? In the other hand, she doesn't have to hold her hand. You know what I mean? It's like you pick up on stuff like that. And she's looking at him like all googie, she's like, like thinks the world of him. And meanwhile, he is checking everyone and anyone that's female out. Besides, like the feeling's not mutual. And I see so many girls out there like trying to chase a guy down, and it's like, and I see like the way they treat them like in public. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like in public, like what goes on behind closed doors, you just want to tell the girls like, like just wait for the right person, like however you feel about this person right now, it'll pass, Yes, I do. It's just like if you could do it all over. I mean, honestly, and you don't even know, like, I did not listen to people. Like, people told me, like, leave him. Like, my friend met him, and she was like, no. She was like, no. She's like, no. She's like, don't. She's like, no. And I was like, really? Yeah. I know. It'd be like so awesome to do stuff over again. It really would. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I don't have to worry. He's always here. So like he's not, I'm not wondering like, oh my gosh, is he going to come home tonight? I mean, I wouldn't ever, yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm not wondering like, is he coming home tonight on Friday? No, these are things like, I'm not worried about. So, and it was funny because, like, he never thought I was going to leave him. He never thought I was going to leave him. Exactly. And so, no Friday drama here, no Saturday drama. Everyone's here. We're always here. Fancy's here. Everybody's here, And, like he was like, he got really comfortable. Like he thought I was never gonna leave him. He thought like, he was gonna have his cake and eat it too, And no. And when I left him, he was like, I mean, pretty much, he was stunned. He was stunned. And he tried to say he was gonna change and blah blah blah, and it was like, no, you're not gonna change. Like you'll change for 2 months and then we're going to go back to the same old thing. So if I had married that guy, I mean, if you ever go like to those corrido clubs, like you see older guys, and they're like dancing with like 19-year-olds and their wife's at home. I wasn't going to be that wife. Yes, I do. Like sometimes I'll make my husband take me Mexican dancing, right? And you can tell the married guys that are there without their wives a mile away. You can tell. You can totally tell who they are, you know? And that would have been me, except I would have been at home. Um, Actually, I don't give out my husband's name. They are in shock. They don't realize that you've been on it. Exactly, exactly. Like the whole relationship was me giving him chances. You know, me making up excuses for him. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, but you know what? Like, life is life, and I mean, you learn. Like, you learn. Exactly. Did he leave you alone then? Yeah, I mean, it took him like a while to realize that like I wasn't coming back. I mean, one time I was gonna go meet my cousin for dinner like on Saturday night, and I came out and he'd been waiting outside of my house in like his car and like begging me, like, you know, like I'll take you to dinner. Oh, now you want to take me to dinner. Oh, now you're not gonna go dancing. You know what I mean? And I was just like, no. I just told him, I said, you're making me late. I have to go. You know what I mean? Like I was done. Um, yeah, I mean, he was stunned. I mean, he was really stunned. Like, he didn't see it coming. Like, he thought I was going to be around forever. I mean, we had even looked at houses together. So, you know, it was serious. Everybody goes through stuff, you know? I mean, that's part of life. You meet some great people and then you meet some not so great people. And like I said, I mean, anyone, I don't care how old you are, you don't deserve to be treated, you know, whether you're a woman or a man, you don't deserve to be treated, you know, in any disrespectful manner or taken for granted and have somebody walking all over you because that is just not cool. Live and learn. So there are, although I don't miss the dating scene. I can tell you that much. I don't at all. Yes, that was him. And I wasn't gonna talk about that part, but yes, that was him. Oh my god, that is him. Okay, so I left out maybe an integral part, maybe a little important part. Throughout the 5 years that we were together, remember I said like I started out like 186? Well, by the time we were done dating, I was 236 pounds. Yes, exactly. And he used to call me gorda. That was like, I don't even think, like, I mean, I didn't even answer, I don't even think he ever said my name, Crystal, anymore. He would call me gorda. And because, like, okay, well, to be fair, like, we have like in Mexican families, there's like a lot of names, you know, like gorda. Like if you're skinny, you're gonna be called flaco. If you're fat, you'll be called gorda. But it's like it's not the same like in English. It doesn't really translate. I mean, it can be. I mean, you can say it mean, but like it's just like nicknames like Weta, like you're a white girl, like you look white, or Wedo, you know what I mean? Like, there's nicknames, but it's said with love, you know. So when he would call me gorda, it wasn't like, oh, he was calling me, you know, fat. But okay, I digress. Okay. So throughout the 5 years together, he was constantly, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, nonstop. Like, we would get done eating and it'd be like ice cream. Get done with the ice cream, let's go get pizza. You know what I mean? Like, and yes, I ate it. Okay, I did, but it was a lot of like he wanted me, like he wanted me really, really, like, you know, and yeah, so once I was like really like at my heaviest is when he really started, um, like, pulling his shenanigans, because I'm telling you, like, I couldn't turn around without, food in my face. Like, I couldn't turn around. Like, it was like nonstop, and yeah, I mean, I literally gained like, I don't know, like 50 pounds with him, at least. Yeah, I mean, I was at my all-time heaviest when I was with him. So on top of that, so on top of like already like, so then you start kind of thinking like, okay, he's hot, like I'm never gonna get someone, like, and because you're already like, I mean, I like didn't fit into my clothes, and it was just, it was like a whole bunch of things, and then I remember I saw him again, and I had lost like about 30 pounds, 35 pounds. And the only thing he could say was like, oh, like you don't, oh, what did he say? You lost weight in all the wrong places. Yep. That's what he said. That's what he said. You lost weight in all the wrong places. Yeah. So, like, he was not like a nice person. you know? There you go. There you go. Yeah. It was like it was a wild relationship, and and like I guess I ate because I was just like, I wasn't happy deep down, and deep down, I kind of knew what was going on. So, but yeah, I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, like how much we used to. I mean, how much I used to eat when I was with him. It was insane. It was crazy. Like it was all the time. Yeah, I mean, once you get away, and also like I took a long time. Like I took a year. Like even before I started seeing my husband, when I was going to nursing school, I made rules for myself and I stuck to them. I wasn't gonna like pursue a relationship or have one because I needed to concentrate on school, and I wasn't gonna party. And I stuck to those. Like I remember I didn't even go out New Year's Eve. You know what I mean? Like I stuck to the rules that I made for myself because I knew that like I had a goal and I was gonna hit it, and I didn't need like roadblocks. You know? So that's what I did. And then when I met my husband, I was like, yeah, like I'm ready to be in a relationship because I'd been like studying for like a year and a half, and now I was like, I had accomplished my goal, I had passed my state boards, and it was all good, and I felt good about myself, because that was something that was like that I really wanted to accomplish, and I did. And so, but yeah, so he was like, when I said that he liked women from the thicker side of town, I was not joking, you know. Because it was constant, like, I constantly felt like I was gonna burst when I was with him, you know? I mean, it was just so much food. Hi. I know this is like the weirdest story, but yeah, that's the guy, you know? And I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know, and, you know, like, I mean, I don't wish anything, you know, again, you know, I hope he's happy, I hope he's changed. And I hope that he's found someone that he cares about, you know? So that's it. But I don't know because I honestly don't know like anything about him, you know? Like once I was done, like one thing about me is like once I'm done and I cut you off, like that's it. Like there's like no. He was just yeah. But now that would be that would be karma right there because I don't know. I mean, I hope he's not like up to his old tricks feeding women. You know, exactly, exactly. You know, like it's good to take a break. You know, because you need to yeah, just like mine were. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really, really bad. And I remember one time, because I used to cook dinner for him. I do know how to cook. Um, oh, stop it. Anyways, okay, so I used to cook dinner for him. Good night, and this is another thing. Okay, he used to like to eat steak like every single night, right? But guess what? He never pitched in money for the grocery bills. And he really liked steak from Trader Joe's. Now, if you shop at Trader Joe's, you know how much their steak is. Okay? Exactly. He never, and again, like I had a 3 bedroom house, and so I had 2 roommates, right? And he used to come over. He spent at least 6 nights out of 7 at my place, and never, ever, ever did he offer to buy groceries. Never. And so one time I told him that I was gonna make hamburgers, like you know, and he got so mad. He's like, I don't want to eat that crap. And it's like, well, then why don't you give me money for, you know, groceries? Crazy. I'm telling you. I was crazy. I was like, not, I don't know. I like self confidence back then. I need me a sugar mama. You're beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys. Good night, Elizabeth. I would have fed him dog food. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I know, like, the only reason why like I talk about this stuff is because like I do read the comments, and I know that a lot of women have like been through have been through bad relationships or have had friends like you know do them wrong, and I know that like that story about like the whole my worst Halloween that had like resonated with a lot of people from the channel. So you know, I think it's good for people to know, like, hey, you're not alone. You know, like life happens to everybody. You know, it's just what you do after that matters. Yeah, be careful, Kayla, because that sounds odd. No, he didn't give me any money. He never did. Never did. Exactly. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go because I've been on for an hour, and I'm gonna finish my dinner. And so that was Crystal's story time. Oh my god, you guys. So yeah, thank you so much. And you guys, let's definitely pray for all the people that are being affected by these hurricanes and the fire in Wyoming. They all need our prayers because it's bad, you know, and so we need to pray for them. And thank you so much for coming on and listening to Crystal's crazy stories and so forth. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Definitely check out Macy's Pottery Barn and Dollar Tree. Lots of fun stuff on the channel. And I will see you guys all soon, my friends. And thank you so much for sticking around for crazy stories. Bye.